The 2.1 update for Wuthering Waves has brought in a new weekly combat challenge that guarantees enough Astrite for one pull every week called Fantasies of 1,000 Gateways. And yes, I know, I'm still sick. I am feeling a lot better though, but stick with me because I'm going to be giving you a guide on this activity on how you can get the max amount of points possible so you could get all of your rewards. Let's not waste any time and dive right into it. Just as a general overview, if you have played Depths of the Illusive Realm in this game previously, it is very similar to Fantasies of 1,000 Gateways, but there are a couple of key differences that we are going to have to take note of. Now, to even gain access to this activity, you need to be Union level 30, and you need to be up to Chapter 2, Act 1 of the story and unlock this Resonance Nexus beacon. Afterwards, a tutorial quest will pop up, you'll talk to some characters, and it'll have you come down here to where the gateway is. If you're having trouble finding it, there's the main teleport beacon there on the map, and then we have the giant middle tower there, and it's this big red gateway. Like I mentioned, if you played Depths of the Illusive Realm before, you're going to find this pretty familiar. You'll enter, you'll defeat the enemies, you'll pick your buff, and move on to the next floor until you get all the way to the final boss. But like I mentioned, we do have a couple of differences. First up, you can only pick characters that you have. There are no preset characters, there are no preset teams, and none of your lower level characters and their weapons get brought up like with Depths of the Illusive Realm. So you are going to have decent teams for this activity. If you remember, during Depths of the Illusive Realm, you also couldn't use your own echoes. Well, guess what? In this case, we can, so make sure you have a decent echo setup. Secondly, we have a buff called the Dreamscape Aid. Now, I'm not sure if this changes every week, but I assume it will. First up, we have the current Dreamscape Aid resonators. So in this case, if you have Phoebe, Jinchi, Shorekeeper, or Verena on your team, you get a 150 point bonus. So you want to at least have one of these characters on your team so you can get more points. And with all these characters being Spectro, that's going to lead into the aid effects. First up, having the 30% Spectro damage bonus. So again, try to keep in mind what characters that you're going to want to pick for the bonus points and to have them match up with the effects. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Dreamscape Energy. In this case this week, if you hit a target with a basic attack, it grants 20 Dreamscape Energy, and there's multiple other ways to gain it here under the buffs. I assume this will change every week, so be sure to read it. Now, if you're familiar with Dreamlink during the 1.4 story in the Somnium Labyrinth permanent event, it's fairly similar to that. When you enter the activity, you'll notice in the top left part of your HUD, there's the key and the circle, and every time you follow what the Dreamscape Aid effect is, it ends up building up that bar. When the bar is full, you'll enter what's called Lucid Dream, and this will give you all the buffs associated with the Dreamscape Aid effects for the week. So you want to be able to follow, whatever the requirements are to be able to fill it out as quickly as possible to get these buffs so you could deal more damage and get more points. Also note on the first floor that the first metaphor that you choose is something that's going to help with Lucid Dream. So depending on the weekly buffs, depending on what characters you're using, definitely read through the description of all those metaphors. Also note that halfway through and at the end of the activity, you actually have the opportunity to spend Waveplate on materials. Spending 60 Waveplate gives you the same Union XP and materials as a Tacet field would, but instead of getting echoes, you get a box of unborn echoes, and you can choose what box from what Tacet field that you would like. So if you don't want to spend your Waveplate on this activity, it's totally justified. Now, outside of picking your metaphor buffs every round to make yourself stronger, you also earn what's called memory fragments, just like with Depths of the Illusive Realm. At certain points during the playthrough, mainly at rest areas, you could stop and talk to the Ebony Gatekeeper and exchange your memory fragments for more metaphors. And just like with Depths of the Illusive Realm, some areas have breakable items that you can crack and give yourself some more fragments. I'll put some clips here for the video. So if you see any of these things around, be sure to break them and give yourself some more fragments. Outside the Chainsaw Man reference that they decided to add in this week, which I did think was pretty cool, Fantasies of the 1,000 Gateways is pretty easy and is a guaranteed way to give yourself some materials and at least one pull per week. Like I mentioned, I believe the buffs for this activity will change every week, so definitely keep an eye out on the characters you're going to need for the bonus points, the Dreamscape effects, including, what you're going to need for some bonus damage, how you're going to get Dreamscape energy quickly so you can enter the Lucid Dream state and give yourself all those bonuses. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is my Fantasies of the 1,000 Gateways guide. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. How do you feel about this activity? Personally, I think it's something that's fairly easy. I hop in for my 10 minutes a week, get my one guaranteed pull, and I'm good to go. But if there's something that you like or you don't like about it, definitely let me know. If you're like, Dave, where is Depths of the Elusive Realm? Don't worry, the devs are tuning it. They said it will return soon, so I'm hoping it comes back next update. In any event, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any other woo-wah content we have dropping here on the channel. If you didn't know, we live stream here on YouTube and then also over on Twitch. That link will be in the description. At the beginning of a new update, we have Twitch drops available, so if you're trying to get some Astrite and some extra materials, definitely stop on by. Lastly, if you want to flex your pulls, your echo rolls, some gameplay, definitely join my Discord. We have a woo-wah channel specifically for that content, but we also have a variety of other channels in there, including PC Tech, anime, and more. Lastly, if you want to help the channel even more, you can look into becoming a member. Now, if you don't know what a membership is, it's essentially like a Twitch subscription, but it's technically cheaper. You'll get access to emotes, monthly badges, and the big ticket item, all of my long form videos early. So if you'd like more information, all you have to do is press the join button next to subscribe, and then I'll give you a rundown with all the details you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy. We'll catch you in the next video.